I ask 500 of you to just type 10 brawlers that come to your mind. Simple as that. Some brawlers are mentioned by more than 40% people, while others are barely even mentioned. And the least mentioned and the most forgettable brawler is Bunny, who is only mentioned by 3.4% of responses, which is less than 10% of the most memorable brawler on the opposite side. So let's go through each brawler to find out who is the most memorable. In second to last, we have Grom, which got 3.8% of all the mentions. Just above him is Lou at number 80. Uncle Lou might be here for you, but disappointingly, you guys don't seem to be here for him. Just above Lou is Eve, and then the number 78 brawler is Pearl, who will only be remembered by how trash her hypercharge is. But at least she has one, unlike Larry and Lori at number 77. He actually ties with Squeak, who also ties with Tara. This is a good time to mention that this survey is done in mid-August before the Brawl Talk, so we don't know about the new hypercharges and the cool stuff yet. But guess what? This is a 4-way tie because we also have Willow here. It's honestly kind of sad how she's never really been that relevant. Griff is the next brawler at number 73, who actually ties with Gray. You guys had a lot of trouble figuring out whether it's spelled with an E or an A. It's an E, screw the Americans. Mr. P takes the number 71 spot. I don't think he's gonna be so happy, Gail. Just above him is Jackie, aka the Brawl Stars community punching bag. She is gonna be sharing the number 70 placement with Penny. I'll just leave it to Nobs to explain why she's here.
Penny has gotten no skins, no buffs, no nothing, no love, no recognition, literally nothing for such a long time after her rework came out for a bit. When she got her initial nerfs, she became horrible. Ever since then, bro, it has been such a dry streak.
Similarly, we have Gus at number 68, the brawler that everyone refers to when they think of a forgettable brawler. So if anyone says that Gus is forgettable, show them this video. But still, he can't beat Lola at number 67. Now, could all those 32 people be Spoob because I said that his favorite brawler didn't have a fan base? I'm not ruling that out. Next up is Charlie. Nope, wrong Charlie. Wrong Charlie, that is more like Gray. Better, at least she's female. There we go. Number 65 is held by Maisie, and I can't think of any famous Maisies, I'm sorry. At number 64, we have 8-Bit. Once again, Nubs explains it best here.
He has always been somewhat forgotten because of how boring his gameplay is. Nobody is talking about this brawler, nobody's playing this brawler unless they're like a top 1% player in the game, and they have to.
Otis actually got the same placement, which is kinda surprising, because last month was literally like his season, the paintball stuff, right? Just above him is Nani. I don't think that his new hypercharge is gonna help with his placement either way, and now that is a quarter of the brawlers done. It only gets better from here. Now we have another 3-way tie, which includes Rosa. I thought this tweet about her was really funny. Like, how can she be forgotten so many times? And also Tick. I was extremely shocked. It's Tick, right? Everyone talks about Tick and how annoying Tick is. But there's also Miko here, which is not as shocking. Ruffs takes the number 58 spot. He gets outshined a lot by the hypercharged brawlers, but now we have a huge leap. Jumping in 6 votes is RT, closely followed by Sam at number 56. He always had a super dedicated fan base, but you barely see him mentioned outside of that. Once again, we have another 4-way tie, which includes Ash. Nope, wrong Ash. Wrong Ash. At least it's fiction, but still wrong Ash. There we go. And Buster. Wrong Buster. Wrong Buster, rest in peace. Perfect. And B. And I don't know anyone named B. I mean, you would name their child B, right? And the final one is Chuck. This feels like exactly the right place for him. He can't be too low because he's super unique, but he literally can't be too popular because he's only strong in Heist, which is one of the least popular modes. Just above him is Melody at number 51. It is kind of weird how she kind of faded away after all the buzz around her in her like first months of release. Unlike the super popular Fang. I did not see this coming. I was shocked to see him actually so low. Like, how did you guys not mention Fang? Like, for God's sake, he is below Pam at number 49, which is a positive thing, don't get me wrong. It's good that Pam is getting recognition, but this just came way out of left field for me. Tying with Pam, we have Carl, my boy, my nerdy boy. To all 52 of you who actually mentioned Carl, I appreciate you. And guess what? Another three-way tie. This time it includes the silent assassin Lily, the wicked stuntman Stu. I was actually really surprised that he is this low since it's really popular. And good old Barry is here as well. And guess what? Another three-way tie. This time it includes the silent assassin Lily. Oh, wait, that's the wrong line. Hold on. Wait, here we go. This includes Jean, Ems, and Daryl. Again, this survey was done before the Brawl talk and the rework, so he wasn't as forgettable as people say. And now we just passed the halfway mark. All the brawlers from now are on the top 50% memorable. Starting with Doug at number 41. He's not riding the wave of victory Bohemians yet, but he's doing alright. Just above Doug is Amber. I'm surprised she made it this high. Even though she might be top 50%, it's still less than a quarter of the number of votes that the most memorable brawler got, so we still have a long way to go. And guess what? You know by now, another three-way tie. This includes Belle. Nope, wrong Belle. Well, that's the OG Belle. Wrong Belle, right direction. There we go. The eagle-eyed father Bo, and the gossiping bloodsucker Angelo. The Rocket Girl takes the number 36 spot. I'm really surprised that she made it so high actually. She doesn't get a lot of buzz nowadays, and well, speaking of buzz, number 35. Once again, another very popular brawler scoring kinda mid in memorability. He's actually in another three-way tie with everyone's favorite snake oil salesman and Draco. Nope, wrong Draco. Warmer? Warmer? Perfect. Just above them is Gale. I love that he's getting a resurgence here. Next up is BB at number 31, followed by Colette, which you guys had a lot of problems spelling. Is it 1L, 2Ls, 1T, 2Ts? One of you even threw in an I in there somehow in Colette. I don't know how you do it. Mandy takes the number 29 spot, and then another huge leap jumping up in 6 votes. There is another tie between Chester. I mean, nobody hates Chester, and he's strong in the meta, and Max, another just very likable brawler. You can't hate Max, you just can't. The number 26 brawler is literally my embodiment in the mornings, and that is Sandy, of course. 77 of you guys were prawn ready for the survey because Hank comes in at number 25. But crazy enough, he still can't beat Barley at number 24. I can't believe Barley was mentioned so many times, like above Hank. That's crazy. But I'm not as surprised about Clancy at number 23 since he was the new and OP brawler. Now I would take this with a grain of salt though because of recency bias. Clancy might not be as memorable in the long term. But there's no disputing that with Dynamite at number 22, but he's actually not the most memorable thrower. Now before we get to that, just above Dynamite is Poco, another classic OG brawler, and now we are at the top 20. Barely making it is Cordelius. I bet most of these 82 mentions probably come from Showdown mains. Next we have Kit at number 19, the newest brawler to crack the top 20. Another huge lead by 6 votes, we have Brock, closely followed by Tech Support 2.0, who actually ties with Jesse, who got an amazing SpongeBob skin which you can get by using Krusty Cash, and to help you with that, here is 1000 Krusty Cash for free. There's also a link in the description. If 1000 people claim with this link, I will give away a Hank skin. So please share this link with your friends. Next is Primo. He is never forgettable, he is just too iconic. Just above him is Rico, everyone's favorite pinball machine. Speaking of machines, Sprout comes next at number 13, the most memorable thrower. Now I would take this with a grain of salt because I just happened to make a guide on how to master Sprout mathematically. You should totally watch that by the way. But that was released around the same time that I posted this survey. So a lot of people might have done the survey right after they watched that video with Sprout fresh in their minds. So obviously Sprout will get mentioned a lot. And now we have the biggest leap yet by 13 votes, and that is Edgar. Bull bulldozed his way to number 11, and believe it or not, that is not even half of the number of mentions that the most memorable brawler got, so we still got a long way to go. But now we are down to the top 10. We are starting things strong with the Creature of the Night, the most memorable mythic before the Hypercharge. Number 9 is a huge surprise for me, and that is Nita. I wasn't expecting her to even make the top half, let alone top 10. But it is not enough to beat Frank at number 8. Wrong Frank? Warmer? Warmer? Perfect. Just above him, surging to number 7 is, well, Surge, the most popular brawler according to Lex's popularity survey. I did a whole video on that. Now, as well as Nita did in this survey, she still couldn't beat his brother Leon at number 6, but just to give perspective on how memorable these brawlers are, Leon got more than 7 times the mention than Bonnie, the most forgettable brawler. And now we are at the home stretch, top 5 brawlers. Barely entering this list is Crow, who is actually the most memorable assassin. Assassins actually didn't make it so far here. Just above Crow is Piper at number 4, just another classic brawler. She is by far the most memorable sniper. At number 3 is the iconic Spike. I mean, do I have to say more? It's Spike. And now we jump a crazy 58 mentions to the top 2 most memorable, most mentioned brawlers. It's either Colt or Shelly. Both happened there since the very beginning. Both are basically mascots of the game. So who will take the crown? And the number 1 most memorable brawler is Code Shiu users. You guys will always be the most memorable in my heart. No, but seriously, I got Code Shiu like a month ago, which makes me one of the smallest creators that actually have a code, and I'm so privileged and grateful for that. A lot of bigger creators who make Brawl content for years don't even have that. But that also means that the money I'm getting from Code Shiu is peanuts compared to the big dogs, so every dollar you give really goes a long way. I get like 2 or 3 usages every day if I'm lucky. So I do notice you, and I really appreciate you for keeping the lights running on this channel. But aside from Code Shiu users, the actual most memorable brawler with 230 mentions, 41% of all respondents is Colt, which puts Shelly at number 2 with 219 mentions, which is actually way better than I expected. Like, yeah, she's the OG, but I didn't expect her OG-ness to carry her this far. But Colt, no surprise there, he was always the main character of Brawl Stars. But what actually makes Brawlers way more memorable than others? Is it the rarity? The release date? How many skins it has even? Stay tuned for part 2 coming very soon.